Imagine growing up in the shadow of a racing icon, where every victory lap your sibling takes feels like a spotlight stealing your thunder. Now, that's the raw reality Kenny Wallace opens up about in his candid chat on the curse of being a NASCAR legend's brother. It's a story that tugs at the heartstrings of anyone who's ever felt overshadowed. And trust me, it dives deep into the highs and lows of family ties in the high-stakes world of motorsports. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this curse really a burden? Or could it be the secret fuel that drives some siblings to carve their own paths? Stick around, because we're about to unpack it all, and you might just see parallels in your own life. Racing dynasties aren't exactly a rare sight in NASCAR, that adrenaline-fueled universe where fans cheer for familiar surnames across generations. Think of it as a tradition that keeps the excitement alive, much like how baseball families pass down the love for the game. While it's not the norm everywhere, in NASCAR, these legacies build a sense of continuity and loyalty among supporters. When we zoom in on NASCAR's most storied families, certain names stand out like beacons. The Earnhardts, Pettys, and Allisons are practically synonymous with the sport's heritage. Their last names echoing through the annals of racing history. These clans have produced wave after wave of talented drivers, creating a tapestry of triumphs that fans can't get enough of. Yet beyond these giants, there's another family that shines brightly with its own collection of NASCAR honors. The Wallaces, Rusty, Mike, and Kenny, have etched their names into the sport's lore as some of its most memorable figures. Rusty, in particular, is often hailed as a titan of the track. Recently, Kenny, the youngest of the trio, shared his heartfelt insights on the challenges of being the sibling of such a legend during a conversation with fellow racing veteran Kevin Harvick. In this engaging discussion, which you can check out in the video linked here, https://rpod nd:/RDO/894. Harvick and Wallace reminisced about the thrills of racing days and Kenny's ongoing adventures in the driver's seat. Midway through, Harvick probed into Kenny's bond with his brother Rusty, asking pointedly, "How did Rusty's influence shape your life on or off the track? Did it offer any support, or did he lend a hand directly?" Kenny's reply was both touching and revealing. He expressed deep affection for Rusty and Mike, calling them the best brothers anyone could ask for. "I absolutely adore Rusty and Mike," he said. "They've always pampered me. At 62, I'm still their little brother in their eyes." He went on to reflect on their father's own racing background, drawing a comparison to the legendary Ralph Earnhardt, who was a cornerstone of early NASCAR success. For beginners wondering about these figures, Ralph Earnhardt was a pioneering driver who helped pave the way for future stars like his grandson, Dale Earnhardt Sr., showcasing how family roots can influence generations in motorsports. Kenny didn't hold back on admitting he sometimes felt eclipsed by Rusty's extraordinary abilities, even confessing to a twinge of jealousy toward his brother and another icon, Jeff Gordon. But here's the part most people miss. Despite these feelings, Rusty was a steadfast supporter, showering Kenny with love and encouragement in all his endeavors. That said, Rusty, shaped by the no-nonsense era of the 1950s, embraced a philosophy of tough love. He pushed Kenny to his limits, often to the point of tears, all in the name of building resilience. As Rusty puts it, "It's tough love," Kenny explained. "There were moments he'd bring me to tears, but it made me stronger and more resilient. I love him more than words can say." And this is the part most people miss, how that tough love forged Kenny into a tougher competitor, turning potential weaknesses into strengths. For instance, think of it like a coach who yells at a player during practice. It might sting in the moment, but it prepares them for the real game. Diving deeper, Kenny acknowledged Rusty's innate talent, noting how challenging it was to match the skills that seemed to come effortlessly to his sibling. Then he unveiled the darker side of his reality, the curse of being a legend's brother. "I've been saddled with a curse," he shared. "My brother ranks among the greatest race car drivers NASCAR has ever seen. the pressure is immense, but that's not the worst of it. It's the constant reminders from others. While Kenny beamed with pride over Rusty's accomplishments, he revealed that fans and onlookers incessantly drew comparisons, hammering home that he didn't measure up to his brother's greatness. He pointed out that Dale Earnhardt Jr. faced a similar ordeal, with supporters forever pitting him against his father, the legendary Dale Earnhardt Sr. Ultimately, Kenny affirmed his immense pride in Rusty's NASCAR feats and conceded that in terms of pure, raw talent, he simply wasn't in the same league. Yet, Rusty never allowed that disparity to fracture their deep brotherly bond. Now let's get controversial. Is this curse of comparison truly a negative force? Or could it be a motivating factor that pushes siblings to excel in their own ways? Some might argue it's unfair pressure that stifles individuality, while others see it as a catalyst for personal growth. What do you think? Does carrying a famous family name in sports create an inescapable shadow? Or does it light a fire under you to shine brighter? And here's a thought-provoking twist. In an era where social media amplifies every comparison, is the curse even worse today than in Kenny's time? Share your opinions in the comments. Do you agree with Kenny's take or disagree? Let's discuss.